Listen in as Lou and I discuss the recent longevity research study by the Virginia Commonwealth University titled Pandemic Drives Largest Decrease in U.S. Life Expectancy since 1943. This study shows that Americans are now dying sooner than we have in the past. As usual, the black mortality rate was shocking. Each day, in addition to deciding what time we rise, what to eat for breakfast, what to wear, we are making far more important decisions. Decisions which will increase the number of years we get to spend with our loved ones or shorten our time on this earth. What we eat, whether we exercise, the amount of stress we are under, all greatly impact the length and quality of our lives. What do your actions show you are choosing? Life or death? Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started.
Teresa, I was reading the local newspaper, the Richmond Times, about a week or so ago. And there was a recent VCU study about life expectancy in the U.S. And it noted that there's been the largest drop since 1943 and that there was a, quote, jolting decline for Black people and Latinos.
Okay, so I read, when you mentioned it to me, I went to go look for it.
Yeah.
And the first time I read the article, I thought, well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Girl, I was thinking the reverse.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking increase
Right, no.
instead of decrease. I was like, wow, we're finally on the right side of something.
You would
but
think,
we are
right?
not.
No.
That
No.
is crazy. How does that happen?
Well, this is the thing. They're talking about the decline itself, Teresa. This blows my mind. It's by almost 2 years. That's significant.
Oh, yeah. Was it?
And we, the Black community and the Latino community, we saw the greatest loss. So, for example, the average life of a Black person fell like 3.25 years.
Right. But the Hispanic people, 3.88.
Yeah. Wow.
People of color are being...
Yeah.
It's just... What? Why is that?
Well,
what's happening?
Well, one thing they noted in that study was they talked about what you and I have talked about, Teresa, in an earlier episode when this pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
That, of course, the numbers bear out that our community was hardest hit in terms of hospitalizations and deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then the study also talked about what you and I also talked about in, if not that episode, another episode, where those deaths occurred as a result of, us being at risk or, being overall generally in poor health, lack of insurance, lack of resources, didn't have access to adequate health care, all of that. And so we lost a lot of people.
Being treated differently when you do go to the hospital.
There you go. The Black mortality, when you and I talked about our women in childbirth and, our concerns as Black people when we go to the doctor not being taken as seriously and medical personnel not being as proactive when they hear our complaints and maybe ordering additional testing, listening to us closer to actually make the proper assessment, the proper diagnosis. So that, I'm telling you, when I saw that, it's like yet another thing and a big thing.
This blows my mind.
Yeah.
This blows my mind. And then, this whole COVID thing, it just never stops. Every day we hear of some other thing that is happening as a result of it.
Well, that and Teresa, it's I know you've been following it, but it's also confusing because now with this, this what a second variant, and we were told, okay, if you're vaccinated and you're inside, then you don't have to wear your mask with other vaccinated people. But the WHO just came out this week saying, no, back it up, pull it back. You need to continue wearing your mask. So we're just trying to figure out what is the best safety protocol.
Well, this is what we know to be true. The vaccines that we've taken are not preventing us from getting the disease. What they do is they keep us from having severe reaction to the disease.
And let me just stop you right there, Ms. Natural Health and Health Advocate. when that's what concerns me, because when people say having severe, see, what's severe to me may not be severe to you.
Well,
see, if I get a headache, that's severe to me.
Well, if I can't breathe, or I'm having trouble breathing, that's severe to me too.
Right.
And you're right. It is talked about in general terms such as that. So to me, I took the vaccine as a precaution to hopefully, if I get the virus, I don't die from it. Right? That's why I gave into taking the shot. But I never took it with the idea that I would stop wearing my mask.
Right.
That never dawned on me. I'm wearing my mask.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I'm wearing mine.
I think that the World Health Organization, they might have had a few missteps in the beginning, way, way back then, and they're not playing with it now. And I think that's why they've made this recommendation, because this Delta variant is picking up steam. It is already in 49 of the 50 states in the United States. It's the last statistic that I heard. And and there's so many of us who aren't vaccinated, and there's so many, the people who aren't vaccinated at this point aren't getting it because they have made up their mind. This is not for them.
Because
they're not
it's
doing
accessible, all of the marketing and all of the information.
All of the prizes that they're giving away, which made me mad. Remember that one episode?
I know. They decided they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
But Teresa, we already were dying sooner than, the majority population. But now we've lost 3 years to that.
To COVID.
Yeah. So it's just, that was another thing I saw this week. And you try to stay healthy and make changes, but there again, it's right in your face that is such disparity in our lives caused by a number of factors. And there we sit again, being more impacted than other people. So, yeah.
We talked a little bit about hope in an episode, and it just really grates away at that, because you think you're making a step forward in this country, being a minority individual, and then you just get gut punched. Like this news, when I realized what I was reading, like when I first read it, I was like, oh, cool. And then I'm like, no, this is just awful.
But Teresa, and then when you talk about life expectancy, are you talking about, mortality, people dying, back that up. You may not die, but certainly let's talk about the quality of your life.
Yeah. You mean after getting COVID?
No, after getting COVID, or just us generally, we have to be more proactive with our health so that while we're here, that we have good quality of life, that we're able to be mobile and not in pain and able to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And, it's larger. I guess what I'm trying to say, and I'm saying it in a confusing way, is that it's not just about death. it's about how we live up until death.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so our lifestyle choices really drive much of that.
Yeah.
So I tell you, just another thing that for us to be aware of. But again, I looked at the VCU life expectancy study, and it might be something that you want to check out. That's it for us today, and we wish you continued good health.